In my recent video where I talked about my must-have supplies, one of my must-haves was brushes. So I thought it would be fun to see if I could make a whole project with no brushes whatsoever and just using other mark making tools. So let's have a go. Hi everyone, Jane here. Thank you for watching my video today. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be fabulous. I want to do something today a little bit different for me in that I don't want to use any brushes for this project. So I've got my mixed media pad here, my Winsor & Newton, and I've put together a selection of different sort of mark making type implements that I think could be used to create colour and texture and mark making on this page. So I've got a brayer, I've got a bowl scraper, I've got another scraper that came with a Gelli plate that I got that's got some different sorts of marks, sort of edges on it. I've got a sponge, I've got a sponge sort of, whatever you would call it, a sort of a sponge brush I guess, palette knife, and I've got an embossing tool which I thought might be good for also for making marks. So I've got those bits and pieces, and I thought that I would go with a colour palette today. This is from the Colour Palettes book. This was from Amazon. I will link it in the description box. I bought it myself after I did have it on a wish list, but I didn't get it for Christmas, so I bought it myself, and I'm really enjoying this book. It's great fun. It says Sienna Colourstone. I don't think it's an author as such. I think it's possibly, it says copyright Sienna Colourstone. I don't know if that's a person or if that is just the name they give for these books. And I've gone for this picture here because at the moment, where I am in the UK, we've had some pretty stormy, windy weather, and this, I live by the coast as well, so this sort of really sort of reminded me of what things were like at the moment, and I thought these colours were very much how I'm feeling is outside at the moment. So a sort of a selection of greys and blues and then some sort of more earthy tones. So I'm going to put that to the side for the moment whilst I just put some tape on my page. And I thought it'd be nice to do 3 columns for this one. So I'm going to go with my edges. Do you know what I didn't do? I've just stuck that down and I didn't didn't detack it, but never mind. We'll remember this bit. So then I'm going to just do my edges first, and then I will put a couple of bits down to block off my sections. I thought it'd be nice to do 3 panels today, especially because I want a bit of a bigger-ish area to be able to get that mark making in. So this is my blue Scotch tape for those who haven't seen it before. I get it just from a DIY shop. I think you can get versions of it online if it's not, you know, if a shop isn't available for you nearby, the way you could pick this up. The reason I get it from the DIY shop is because sometimes it's easier for me just to pop in there and get it rather than sort of order it. If I can get things in my sort of more localish shops, I will try. So let's just work that. So that would be about half, so that would be about a quarter, so that would probably about a third. I've overdone my tape there, but never mind. I don't think I detacked that. I detack it slightly just because, oh, I've left a quite big one there. Let's go about there. They're not equal, but it doesn't matter. It's just to give a little bit of a sort of a framing to it. Now, I was telling you why I was detacking it, wasn't I? Because sometimes it can be a bit overly sticky. Now, I want to pick some paints to start with, and I want to go with my kuretakegansaitambi. So I have 2 sets. I have the 36 set and I have the Art Nouveau set. Let's start with the Art Nouveau set because it might, for certainly these earthier tones, I think, if I look on here rather than on there, see that? Sometimes you can't tell by looking at the actual paints. You need to sort of look at the little tiny swatches. So I'm just thinking, thinking that more than that. Well, that's got more of orangey tone. Actually, I don't know if any of those really. Greyish blue. We'll go with the greyish blue. And I will grab, actually I'll grab this because it's here. So we'll go with greyish blue out of this one. I think actually I might go with these colours for the main part, and then perhaps these ones could be with something else on top, maybe some acrylic paints or something like that. But have we got, well, I think that's a black rather than a grey, isn't it? Maybe we'll put a bit black in there. So we've sort of got this one. Oh, I haven't really got many greys, have I? Maybe that could be more of an indigo. That one. Let's go cerulean blue. I'm not going for, it's not going to be exact, is it? So let's just go with what we've got. So number 67, that's indigo. Come on. Out you come. Got the black, which is, no, that's not black, that one's black there. That's number 20. And we'll go with, I think I'm going to go this cerulean blue, which is number 63. So let's go with those ones. Do you know what I haven't got in front of me? Any pots of water, but that's okay for the minute. Right, so we'll just make a background with these to start with, and then we will see what else we've got. Which one was the black? Ooh, I think that was the black. Let's put them in that sort of order. Let's come down. There we go. So let's spritz them with a bit of water. And it spritz on here just to help the colour move a little bit. Let's go with, shall we try, let's use this sponge. Let's see. Ooh, actually I'm quite liking this because I think it's going to give it a sort of more of a sea look, just a bit like the picture. You can get lots of lovely texture with a sponge. I don't know whether the texture will stay in there, but you know, it hopefully will. Let me just spray that a little bit more in there. I think because I'm using a sponge, it's taking up more of the water than possibly you would normally do. Oh, I'm liking that. I love that texture there. Right, that's that one. Let's use a different, should we use something different? What else could we use? Let's see what this will do, whether I can get that to work. Oops, I might come back to that sponge. And let's get that in there. Oh, some nice marks in that. Oh, I like that. Definitely. Oh, I'm loving that. Right, so that's that one, that one. What else could we, I think I'm going to save that for acrylic paint. Would we be able to use this? Ooh. I'm liking that. A bit of a spiral on that one, maybe. I'm liking the spirals. I've decided to go back in and do more spirally type shapes. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. I'm hoping that's going to dry and really give those bits there. What about this one? Let's maybe do this one for the black. Oh, I don't think that's going to fit. That's not going to fit in there, is it? Let's just say no. I can't fit that in there. What about, let's give a bit more water in there. Doing it with different things does require a sort of a lot more water, I do feel. I do like the fact that you can get so many different sort of marks from these. It's a bit harder with this one. There. Okay, I'm going to allow that to dry and then we'll come back and add a different medium on. This is now more or less dry and I've got my colour palette back out, and I'm really loving how this has turned out. I think it's really giving those stormy sort of water vibes, so I'm really liking that. And I've got these two distress paints that I think really sort of match those last two colours. So I've got a Vintage Photo, I do believe this one is, let me see, oh yes it is, I can just see it there. And this one is Tea Dye, which is one of my favourite actually. So these are my distress paints. They do come with little spongy daubers actually, but I think mine are sort of quite dried up. So what yeah, they're dried up. So I'm going to open it up and grab that palette knife, pop a little bit of paint on here. Oh, it's a bit split. Didn't mix it up quite well enough with by shaking, so let's mix it up on here. And I'm just going to leave that there, and maybe this time I can go with the sort of shaped ooh, the shaped scraper. So I stopped halfway through a sentence there, didn't I? I have a habit of doing that. My brain gets distracted. I'm liking that. That's nice. I feel like I'm doing it a bit too similar in those two. Let's do it across that black line there. Let's just do a couple more with what's left on my scraper. There. Oh, I like that. Do like that. Let's pop that back on there. Oh, now what should I go? See, I feel like this is going to be quite similar, this bowl scraper. Let's give that a shake. Right, before I do that, I'm just going to wipe my palette knife before I stick it into the other paint. Let's see. They may be a little bit similar-ish, these colours, but hopefully it'll be okay. What about a little bit of brayering? Let's have a look. The trouble is I don't want to then just smother everything, so let's just get a bit of that off. Oh, it's not actually, it's okay. I think the colour is very similar to the tea dye, to be totally honest, but never mind. It's nice to get all your different sort of tools out and have a play, and because it's an abstract project, you know, it doesn't matter. Let's just see if I can maybe do a bit of, oh, that's not working very well. I'll have to press it a bit harder. It's very similar to what I'd already done, so I'm not overly loving that, but I'll carry on putting a little bit on now that I've started. There we go, that will do. Oh, I do like that though. So let's let that dry, and then I think I'm going to see if I can find, maybe we'll use a neo colour or something like that in a darker brown, just to add back a little bit of that, or maybe even a dark blue to add a bit more of that indigo colour back in. I think it is more or less dry. Maybe. I thought that, see, these aren't brushes, so I can get away with these. There is some white in the photo with the splash of the, you know, the foam from the wave, so I thought we'll have some white in. And I have got these two scribble sticks from Dina Wakley Media. This one is marine and this one is night, and I'm thinking I might go with the night because it's a really dark colour, so I might just add some more, maybe some, what should I do, I'm thinking because it's like sea themed, maybe sort of waves, as in, oh, I'm not sure if I like that, but let's go with it now we've started. So I'll just go with some waves and maybe some more circles and spiral going in there. I'm just making layers. I'm not worried if it turns out like, and I don't really like it. I'm just having a go with my different materials. Now I've got some white, so let's see how this goes over the top, because I wasn't sure how this would work over everything else. It should be quite good because it is a Stabile sort of all type pencil. Let's just do some of these just to add a little bit of, so these are like the scribble sticks, and these are water soluble, but I don't intend to soluble them. What's the word? Water. I don't intend to activate them with water. I couldn't think what the word was then. It's not bright white, so what I might do is use some of my Posca Pen. Now I have to say, do not use your acrylic pens over woodies, because I did that and ruined a pen, so I will avoid the areas where I've added a little bit of that white in. Let's go with my nice big chunkier white pen. So this is the 3M, so I'm going to give it a shake. And I'm going to, ooh, obviously scruffed it up a bit there, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a prime, and then let's add some in, just some sort of lines and dots. This isn't coming out very bright either, to be honest. If I put it on top of the black, just wanted to add a little bit more white into the mix, so I feel it's a little bit dark. Oops, I did exactly what I said I shouldn't do then. I've just gone over the woody. Hopefully I stopped in time there. Do that one on that one, maybe do a bit of that there. So there we go. Let's go along with the wavy lines. Do a little bit more on here. I do like Posca pens there. Let's have a few circles and let's go round those ones, highlight a few of those. So it looks a bit of a mess, but let's see what happens when we take off the tape and see, because it makes such a difference. Oops, that's come back right around there. I forgot I did those really, really long. And this one, oops. And maybe right around the back. There we go. Do you know what? I actually really rather like it. Now I've took the tape off. It's a bit of fun. It's just having a play. It's quite quite a lot going on. I don't think it would need anything else. Possibly just a sentiment. So let me go and see if I can find a sentiment for it. I've got out my the super messy words from Asha Marquette, who is Lemon Creation, so I will link her shop and her channel in the description box. And I thought for this particular project, different doesn't mean wrong would go really well with it, because sometimes I think we overthink things and think, oh, because it's different to what I normally do, it's, you know, it's not nice, it's not right. Sometimes it's just different. Sometimes it's just having a go. And also courage above fear, because again, sometimes I think we need to like just have a little bit of courage to try something new, challenge ourselves, do something that maybe is a little bit out of our comfort zone. So I truly love just having a play and just seeing what happens. And the more you do it, the more you play with your materials and your mediums, the more you are going to learn how you like to use them, you know, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And this is just in my mixed media pad. It's not going on a wall, so it's fine. So different doesn't mean wrong. Oh, let's just cut a little bit of that off there, like that. Let's get rid of those bits. Oh, put that. So different doesn't mean wrong, and courage above fear. I think I'm going to stick them near each other like that. Let's hope we've got glue that's not blocked. I think I would check this beforehand, wouldn't you? Oh, and I have got glue that's blocked. Right, let's see if I've got a different one here. Use this one instead. This one doesn't tend to block up as much because it's got like a different sort of system for opening. So different doesn't mean wrong. Courage above fear. There we go. So that is my project, my abstract project, using no brushes, but lots of different mediums. And as always, I will list everything in the description box below, and some of them, where possible, I will also provide links. But please always do remember that I am based in the UK, so do check out your own local sort of suppliers, because none of my links are affiliated, so it doesn't, I know it's fine. I don't mind if you use whatever links you want, or whichever places that you want to buy your products. If you did enjoy this video, do please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, that would be fabulous if you would join us on this arty crafty journey. And until the next time, bye bye.